What's up, guys? This is another episode here of Nolan's Pod. Within the last week, a lot has happened, especially in the NFL offseason. This offseason is wild. Things are going down. So we're going to get right into it. Last week I talked about the free agency again and the guys getting traded. Last week we also covered Russell Wilson signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we also discussed Russell Wilson competing with Kenny Pickett. So, that was last week. A lot has happened between last week and this coming week. Kenny Pickett's no longer with the Philadelphia Eagles. When the Pittsburgh Steelers signed Russell Wilson, Kenny Pickett felt some type of way about it. He didn't like it. He wasn't happy with it. So, Kenny Pickett gets traded to Philadelphia. Let's break that down. I have a few words to say about Kenny Pickett. The first thing I'm going to say, when I compared numbers last week with Russell Wilson and Kenny Pickett and people saying that Russell Wilson was going to have to compete with Kenny Pickett for the starting job, okay, I see that. But Russell Wilson was way better than what Kenny Pickett will ever be. So for Kenny Pickett to be offended, Russell Wilson is not doing anything but helping your former team be more successful than what you led them to be. So for you to get mad, that's unacceptable. And then two, that shows that you weren't going to be a good teammate anyway, because you weren't happy that the team signed him. So you weren't going to be a good teammate anyway because you weren't a fan of it. Three, wasn't it just last year that Kenny Pickett, I think it was against the Cincinnati Bengals, the Pittsburgh Steelers were playing. It was just last year that they wanted Kenny Pickett to dress out in his uniform and play, possibly. And he told them, no, I'm not dressing out. I'm not going to play today. You were that same guy that pulled that. That's something that you do not do. But yet you're offended when the team goes out and tries to make their team better, and the team goes out and tries and gets another quarterback, gets a whole upgrade from what you are, and you're offended. But you won't even go out and play for your own team and your organization, but you offended by that. You hurt that they're trying to make their team better. Okay, so they say, you know what? The Pittsburgh Steelers say, okay, that's how you feeling? You up out of here. We finna get you up out of here right now. Guess what? Kenny Pickett's with Philadelphia. Trade details behind that, I'll tell you guys. He got traded to Philadelphia for a 2024 third round pick, which is number 98 pick in the third round, and a pair of 2025 seventh round picks, and a 2024 fourth round pick, number 120 overall. That's the trade details behind that. Okay, so they say, okay, we're going to get you up out of here. Because you know what? Once they traded Kenny Pickett, the Pittsburgh Steelers traded for Justin Fields. And I'm going to dive a little bit more into the Justin Fields whole thing. I'm going to dive into the Justin Fields whole thing in a minute. But they got another quarterback, a starting caliber quarterback in Justin Fields. Justin Fields has played the same amount of years just about as Kenny Pickett, about 2 years. Kenny Pickett's only been in the league about 2 years too. So Justin Fields' career has already been more successful than what your career has been, Kenny Pickett. So they got a whole upgrade over you. They have 2 starting caliber quarterbacks now for Kenny Pickett. Those Russell Wilson and Justin Fields combined is better than what Kenny Pickett's whole career will ever be. I actually feel bad for the Philadelphia Eagles trading for Kenny Pickett. They actually needed a backup quarterback, and Kenny Pickett was only the best thing that they were going to get out of it. So, God forbid that Jalen Hurts gets hurt, because if not, Kenny Pickett's going to have to come in the game. And that's not going to be good because he's not a good quarterback at all anyway. So, Kenny Pickett saying he's excited for this new opportunity, this new challenge to be on a new team, a team that appreciates him, all that. Okay, fine, so be it. You know what I'm saying? But for you to get offended by a team trying to make their ball club better, that just shows a lot about your character, but a lot about you. You weren't going to be a good teammate anyway. You was going to hate on Russell Wilson anyway, regardless, or the Mason Rudolphs anyway. You were going to hate on them anyway. So what you going to go do when you go to Philadelphia? You going to hate on Jalen Hurts and those guys too? I mean, you know what I'm saying? What are you going to do then? Are you going to be a good teammate then? You know, I mean, but I was not real happy with how he was not thrilled about his team making moves, trying to make their ball club better. Obviously, when you were out there, you weren't even getting it done at all. You weren't getting it done at all. And y'all have some pieces on Pittsburgh for you to be able to get it done. And y'all always have a good defense. So for you to get mad, I just don't understand that. But let's transition into the Justin Fields trade. Okay, so Justin Fields gets traded by the Bears to Pittsburgh for a 2025 6th-round pick, which converts to a 4th-round pick if Justin Fields plays 51% of his offensive snaps. Okay. Now you might say, okay, Chicago got suckered into trading Justin Fields and they got nothing back in return. They only got a 2025 6th-round pick in return for Justin Fields, which converts to a 4th-round pick if Justin Fields plays 51% of his offensive snaps. Okay, so you might say that Chicago got nothing in return. If you are one of the people that are saying Chicago got nothing in return, I agree with you in what you're saying. It's like they got suckered into trading Justin Fields for nothing, which they did. I agree. If you want to say that, I totally agree with you. I have no problem with agreeing with you on that because, in my opinion, they did get suckered into that. But at the end of the day, Chicago has to take the best deal that's right for them at the end of the day. And they wanted these 1st-round picks, and they had a high asking price for Justin Fields. And these other teams that wanted Justin Fields was not going to give up a 1st-round pick or however many picks and players that the Bears wanted. They weren't going to do that. So at the end of the day, the Bears had to make the right deal that was best for them. And we already know that the Bears are going to draft a quarterback. Even if it's not Caleb Williams, they're still going to draft a quarterback. But it's to be projected that Caleb Williams will get drafted with the Bears. Now, the Bears, I have a message for you guys. You better make sure that you know what you're doing. Because when you just traded Justin Fields, that was the first strike. It looked like you guys don't know what the heck you're doing. So, with drafting Caleb Williams, I hope he's a home run. Because I'm telling you right now, if Caleb Williams is not even better than Justin Fields, or he's not a home run splash, and you gave up Justin Fields for only a 4th-round pick, you guys are going to be in deep trouble. You guys are going to hear it. You guys are going to hear it from years to come on why you traded Justin Fields because Caleb Williams is not that dude. But Caleb Williams has the weapons. He's going to have DJ Moore. He's going to have Cole Kmet. He's going to have DeAndre Swift, who just recently signed with them. And they just traded for Keenan Allen from the Los Angeles Chargers. They just traded for Keenan Allen. So, already, Caleb Williams or whoever they end up drafting at quarterback, they're already walking into a good situation going to Chicago because Chicago has the pieces around them to make it happen. When Justin Fields got drafted in 2021, Justin Fields didn't even have anything close to those options. That's what I'm saying. So the thing that I'm mad about is you gave up on Justin Fields. I feel like you gave up on him early. Okay, that's how I feel. You gave up on him early because you did. Justin Fields coming into the league did not have those options that Caleb Williams or whoever they drafted at quarterback is going to have. Justin Fields had nowhere near those options. He didn't have any of that. And now you give him up for nothing, and you're going to draft a quarterback that's going to have all those options, and that's already in a win-win situation going to Chicago. But guess what? It's all right for Justin Fields because it's okay for Justin Fields because he has a great opportunity, and he's already in a better situation with the Pittsburgh Steelers than he was with the Chicago Bears. And that's sad to say. Y'all gave up on Justin Fields early, way too early in his career, and he didn't have anybody to play with. And then his coaches, Matt Eberflus and Matt Nagy, they didn't know how to coach him at all. They didn't know how to coach him to his full potential. They didn't know how to make him better. They did not know how to coach. So coaching is another thing that held Justin Fields back, that the Chicago Bears should be ashamed of themselves, because they did not know how to put that man in position to be successful and win. So that's another problem I had with that. But you know what? It's all good, though, because like I said, Justin Fields is in a much better situation. So it's all good. It's all good. He's in a much better situation. Much better situation. And the thing about him competing with Russell Wilson, and Russell Wilson already having the starting job, it's only March. Tell me that in August and September, it's just Russell Wilson's job, and Justin Fields doesn't have a chance to win the job. Let me tell you something right now. If Russell Wilson struggles, you don't think that Justin Fields is not going to be in position to come in the ball game and get an opportunity? No. So you're not going to tell me that it's just Russell Wilson's job and Justin Fields doesn't have a chance? No. You're not going to tell me that in the middle of March. I'm sorry. I don't believe the sources and the reports about Russell Wilson's the starter and Justin Fields is just going to sit behind him all year. No, that's not going to happen. If Russell Wilson struggles, Justin Fields will be in the game. Coach T is not afraid to take out his starter and put another quarterback in. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I guarantee you, when it comes time to OTAs and training camp and preseason, Coach T is going to be like, it's going to be an open competition between those two. And it's anybody's job. So whoever wants it's going to take it. Transitioning into the next subject, we know that the Falcons got Kirk Cousins. And we also know that the Falcons have added a lot. They just added defensive lineman Kentavious Street. They just added former San Francisco 49er punt returner / wide receiver Ray McCloud. That means with getting Ray McCloud, that means that Cordell Patterson's time with the Falcons are up. They don't need Cordell Patterson for punt return because they got Ray McCloud. They don't need Cordell Patterson at running back because they got B. John Robinson and Tyler Algier. So, Cordell Patterson, you was good for the time you was here. We appreciate you a lot. You did your thing as you always do with whatever team that you're on. You always do your thing, and you came down here and you showed class, and you were a fan favorite, and we appreciate you for everything you did. We got wide receiver Darnell Mooney from the Chicago Bears. That's a very great addition that I'm happy about. We traded Desmond Ridder to the Arizona Cardinals for wide receiver Rondale Moore. That's an underrated trade by itself. We knew getting Kirk Cousins, it wasn't going to be a chance for Desmond Ridder to play anymore, so we had to trade him. We traded him from Rondale Moore. Rondale Moore's a good wide receiver, so I'm happy about that. Then we signed tight end Charlie Warner to a deal. So what the Falcons did, they just added more and more pieces to the firepower that we already have now. We're just adding more and more pieces. And with the additions of Ray McCloud, with the addition of Darnell Mooney, and with the addition of Rondale Moore, three other wide receivers to go along with the Kyle Pitts, to go along with the Drake Londons. You know, that's going to be very helpful to Kirk Cousins. The Falcons are set up greatly on offense. That we're set up real good on offense. I'm excited to see what comes next. And we still need to add to that defense. Defense is still a priority. You still have to play defense to try and win a Super Bowl at the end of the day. So I'm excited to see what we're going to do on that side of the ball. We already know what we're going to do on the offensive side of the ball. Is what we're going to, but the Falcons already have a good defense. We already have a pretty good solid defense, but you can't never not have too much on defense. So I'm excited for what's to come. Kenny Pickett, you need to be humbled right now, because if you're not humbled with the Philadelphia Eagles, that's your last shot. You're going to be out of the league. So you better start humbling yourself right now. That's all I have to say for that. Justin Fields, you're in a good situation. Russell Wilson, you're in a good situation. It's anybody's job for the taking. But that AFC North is going to be a force to be reckoned with. You have the Cincinnati Bengals in that division with Joe Burrow. You have the Cleveland Browns in that division with Deshaun Watson. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers in that division with Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. And then you have the Baltimore Ravens in that division with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry's in the world. So that division is going to be a force to be reckoned with this year. And we'll see what happens this year. That's all I have for you guys today. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the Kenny Pickett trade. Let me know what you guys think about the Justin Fields trade. Let me know what you guys think about the Falcons' new additions. And let me know if you guys think if Kenny Pickett needs to humble himself a little bit. And that's all I got for you guys. So until then. Oh, and I have some Braves news coming at you guys either tomorrow or Thursday. So stay tuned for the Braves news that I have coming for you guys. All right, that's it.